of you out there that like to do your own maintenance and service, I do. You know, some of the bigger stuff I don't do, but I like doing my own stuff because that way I can kind of look at the rest of the car, or truck in this case, and kind of check everything over. Now this truck behind me has a little bit over 250,000 miles on it. Original transmission, original 6.7 liter motor. This is a 19, so it has the 6-speed transmission in it. And when these come from the factory, they have a very, very good gasket on the transmission pan. You should never get rid of it if you can avoid it. If something happens and it does break or something happens to it, go to Ford, get the original gasket. I'm going to show you a bit why. So when they sell you these kits with a filter, and this is a good one. This is actually from the company, the Diesel Docks company, which is, I like to get the good filters and stuff because you want to do their job. But they come with these kind of gaskets, right? If you ever dealt with these things, these are a pain in the butt. You got to basically glue them down with some sealer and do all kinds of crap to them, and then they slide around or they squish out or break or bust or anything else, and you wind up with a huge leak. Take that thing, throw it right in the garbage. The factory gasket that goes on the pan, you see that? It's a hard gasket. It's made out of rubber. It has these metal grommets in it that keep it from compressing too hard and squish the gasket out. So if you over tighten the screws, on those other ones it'll squish the gasket out, it'll bust the gasket. On these it does not do that. This is the OEM gasket that came on here. This thing has been changed religiously about every 40 to 50,000 miles. So at this point it's had about 5 or 6 transmission changes in it, and as you can see, it's still just as good as the day it was new. In fact, this transmission, all I did was clean the fluid off. You can see there is no metal on the gasket, I mean on the magnet at all. There's no metal on the magnet after I cleaned it out. And I mean, this thing, you see the pan on it is clean because it doesn't leak anything. You can look underneath my truck, it doesn't leak anything. Now on the filters, again, we use the Doc Diesel because he has the really good filters. A lot of these filters, when you buy them, they don't have these grommets in here, and when you tighten them down, sometimes you can crack this and then it can cause it to move around. And also they have a really nice rubber O-ring on here. This O-ring is in really good shape on the brand new ones. It's large, you know, so it goes right in there and snugs up. Now, I've known some people, when they install O-rings, they put stuff on the O-ring to make sure it slides in place. It's not a bad idea, except in a transmission. Because remember, transmission fluid, now all I use is synthetic transmission fluid from day one. But transmission fluid is not motor oil, it's different. And if you go putting motor oil around here, Vaseline around here, all kinds of lubricants to use around here, WD-40, this stuff I like to use is called Free. You putting that around there, it's going to want to mix in with the fluid, it's going to contaminate the fluid. Even though you think, well, it's just a little bit, every little bit counts in these transmissions. It can foil your methods in a minute. So the best thing to do if you want to put some lubricant around here is just take a little bit of transmission fluid, new transmission fluid, which is what I got on my hand here, and just wipe it around there a little bit. Just a thin layer is all you really want, so it slides up there in place. And there is a torque specification on these, like on these bolts here, and of course these bolts, and you really want to use that. Now, you know, a lot of people like to use these little 1/4-inch impacts and stuff, and air ratchets and things like that to tighten them down. And again, because it has these metal grommets on here and on here, it's possible to use those, but you want to be careful because they may not tighten it down all the way, so you want to make sure each one of them is tight. I suggest getting a small torque wrench because these don't use much torque. Maybe you're talking like 30 pounds of torque here and most of this stuff. And so use a small torque wrench and torque all this down once you get it in. But again, if you follow the methodology of using only synthetic fluid and then changing it about every 40,000 miles, especially if you're hauling stuff, about every 40,000 miles, even on synthetic, I know they tell you can go 100,000 miles on synthetic, don't listen to that. About every 40,000, 50,000 on the outside, your transmission will look like that. It won't have any fluid, it won't have any metal in it. This transmission operates just like the day it was new. So again, stick with the gasket that you came on it. If something happens to it, or you lose it, you tear it up or whatever, go to Ford, get you another one.